a drink with me. Hey!
Here we go. We are live for trivia tonight. We were supposed to do a Have a Drink With Me episode, but our sweet boy Tommy is moving back to New York, so he is currently driving, and he obviously can't do this and drive at the same time. So, the rounds for tonight, it's going to start with Star Wars. I have 8 questions. After the 8 questions are answered, go ahead and text me. You can see on the screen the number there. Text me your answers for the round. Then, after the first round, Star Wars, we're going to switch to Marvel. So this is basically everything with the MCU. Then we will switch to alcohol, which is questions about alcohol, how to make certain cocktails, measurements, all that kind of thing. And then we'll get into pop culture, which is mostly TV, and then a couple things about music. And then I have a bonus round that I will explain when we get to it. And then, obviously, there's got to be a prize. So the prize is going to be a 30-minute personal Have a Drink With Me session with Tommy and myself, where you can pick what we talk about. So, whoever has the most points at the end will be able to pick that. So I'm going to wait just a little bit here to get some more people in the chat and send out a few text messages. But howdy, Mason. But again, trivia is for fun, so don't cheat. Nobody likes cheaters. What's up, Peace Blaster? Good to have you guys back again. So, as you can see right here, there's a phone number. That is where you'll be texting your answers after each round. So have a piece of paper and pen, and then write all of your answers down for round 1, and then you will text that to me. I will do some scoring, and then I'll get into the next round. Just going to give it another minute here. What up, JD? And we will we'll get started. So everyone have your pen and paper ready. We're going to start with Star Wars. 8 questions. They range from hard to very easy. But again, it's all for fun. So please do not look up the answers and just have fun. Also, for each round, make sure that when you send me the text, you say what your name is or your team's name in case you're playing with multiple people. That way I can keep track of the score better. Each question will be worth 1 point, except the bonus round is worth up to 2 points. And then, the winner gets a personal Have a Drink With Me 30-minute session with Tommy and myself. So we're getting close. Tonight I am doing vodka seltzer, and I'm drinking it out of a classic Budweiser Clydesdale mug. I bought this for $2.50 at a thrift store, and on the drive back home, my wife and I looked it up, and these were on eBay sold for about $275. So, of course, I put $12 vodka in it and a Kirkland brand seltzer. In the chat, make sure you guys let me know what everyone else is drinking. Again, you don't have to drink alcohol, but at least hydrate with some water. All right, we're going to go probably about an hour for this. If people want to try text me now just to make sure everything comes through, that'll be cool. And then let's give it another minute, and we will get the trivia going. So again, let me know what everyone is drinking and where you're watching from, because we are currently on Twitch, Twitter, Tommy's Twitch as well, Facebook, and YouTube, obviously. And if you haven't already, go ahead and find all of our social media and follow it. Peace Blaster with the PBR. Golden Monkey. What is a golden monkey? Also, Mason. Water's perfect. It's within the rules. But I want to know what a golden monkey is. Peace Blaster, is that a beer? All right, one more drink and then we'll get going. All right. Again, paper and pen. We're going to go through 8 trivia questions. You'll write down all of your answers. At the end, take a picture of it and text it to the number here. And then we'll do some scoring and then move on to the next round. And then before going over the answers, I'll make sure that everyone was able to obviously put their answers in. But let's get started. So the first trivia question here, what Star Wars movie doesn't feature C-3PO? So out of the Star Wars movies, not the TV shows, out of the Star Wars movies, which one doesn't feature C-3PO? I'm going to try to go a little quick with this, but if you, obviously, if you guys need me to slow down, let me know in the chat. All right, question number 2. What color lightsaber does Qui-Gon Jinn have? So think back to 1999. What color lightsaber does Qui-Gon Jinn have? And obviously do not post the answers anywhere in the chats. All right, question number 3. What's Chewbacca's dad's name? This is kind of a deep cut. You would have had to see the Star Wars Holiday Special for this. Like I said, questions are going to be difficult and some will be very easy. It's all about having fun and learning something new. It's not fun if you get them all right, you know? All right, I'm going to move on to question number 4. What is Kylo Ren's real name? Not the actor, but what is Kylo Ren's real name? All right, I'm going to just go ahead and continue. Ooh, Paintamenti. Glad you made it. I'm going to go through the questions again real quick because Paintamenti is great. Paintamenti, do you have your paper and pen and everything good to go? You can start. The last question, which is number 4, is what's Kylo Ren's real name? And I'll go back and I'll ask you the first few questions again. So what is Kylo Ren's real name? Not the actor, but what the character's real name is. And happy Thursday to you as well. Okay, question number 5. In Return of the Jedi, how old is Yoda when he dies? So when he's curled up in his little blanket, drawing out that Luke has a sister, and he curls up and he doesn't want to be a part of life anymore, and he just wraps himself up in a blanket, super rude, and then just dies in front of Luke. How old was he when he died? Question number 6. What do Luke's aunt and uncle do for work? So this would be from Star Wars Episode 4. A New Hope, in case anyone's trying to put them in chronological order. Or release order, rather. Peace Blaster, good testing with the text. The other person, I'm guessing it's you, Mason. The 214 number. All right, I'm going to move on to the next question, which is question number 7. In The Last Jedi, what color milk does Luke drink? In The Last Jedi, what color milk does Luke drink? Paintamenti, there's only one more Star Wars question. So we are playing for fun. It's you only win a video chat with Tommy and me. So there's not too much at stake. We'll definitely have that as a reward for other things in the future. All right, let's move on to the last Star Wars question, number 8. Finish this quote. Blank, I am your father. This is from The Empire Strikes Back. Blank, I am your father. Finish that quote. All right, I'm going to go back and read the first few questions again. Question number 1. I'll read them all again. Screw it. If you have the questions or your answers already, go ahead and just text them here. Do a screenshot. What up, Nate? Happy Hanukkah night 1 to you. Take a picture of your sheet of paper with all the answers that you've written and text it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and score everything. Also, remember that you don't want to share any answers. So remember that. We're playing trivia. Okay, question number 1. Let's go back to this. Question number 1 for Star Wars round. What Star Wars movie doesn't feature C-3PO? This is just out of the movies, not the TV shows. Question number 2. What color lightsaber does Qui-Gon Jinn have? Fish Sticks 420. We're going through the first round questions again. So the way it'll work, fill out all your answers on a piece of paper and text me with a picture of it, obviously. Okay, question number 3. This is from the Star Wars Holiday Special. What's Chewbacca's dad's name? It's the only time that they talk about it. You can find that video anywhere on YouTube. It was not released on video, and George Lucas wanted that to completely die. So, definitely check it out. It's the longest thing you'll ever watch, and you'll hate it. Question number 4. What's Kylo Ren's real name? Not the actor, but the character Kylo Ren, his first name. And question number 5. How old is Yoda when he dies? In Return of the Jedi, how old is Yoda when he dies? Roughly. You don't need an exact number. All right. Question number 6, repeating again. What do Luke's aunt and uncle do for work? This is talked about in A New Hope, Star Wars Episode 4. Question number 7. In The Last Jedi, what color milk does Luke drink? And question number 8. Finish the quote. Blank, I am your father. Blank, I am your father. So, again, do not post the answers in the chat. Make sure that you have filled them out. Take a picture of your paper with your name on it, please, with your name on it so I can keep track. And then text it here. Text it here. And I made sure everything's working. Oh, Team Mason, we got your answers here. 702. Make sure you guys let me know your name or team name. I'm going to be texting one of you back. got 3 sets of answers in so far. I know we got 12 people on here, so I'm going to give it a little bit, I guess 16 people. Give it a little bit more time to get your answers in. Remember, text me here. And yeah, what's everybody drinking? I know we got some PBR, we got some water going. Again, it doesn't need to be alcohol. If you're not going to drink alcohol, drink some water. Fill your body and sleep well, you know. Paintamenti, thank you for that. Thank you for telling me your team name. Or your phone number, I guess. Anybody else? Let's see. Fish Sticks, are you playing along? Nate? I actually, I want to do a little shout out. Shout out to Tommy, who's currently driving back to New York. He's going to be there for a few months. And shout out to Paintamenti for drinking water. Very proud. I also want to do a shout out to my dad, who said, thanks for the shout out last week. Could you give me a shout out every week? And final shout out is to Mr. Good Guy 1 on YouTube. You can go fuck yourself. Great. So let's see. We've got some more here. Fish Sticks 420, you're okay. Lionel, drink that water, buddy. Okay, I will keep all of the answers here, and I will do a count at the end and announce the winner. But what I'm going to do now is I'll go through the answers. So if anyone else wants to submit, now's the time to do it. Get it, Fish Sticks? Yes, shout out to Dylan's dad. He's currently, he just drove through Buffalo, where Tommy's going. He and my mom are on their way out here, LA, from northern New York. And then they're going to be here for like 2 months, because I have my spine surgery on the 21st. So I need someone to hold my baby for the 6 weeks I'm recovering. All right, so I'm going to go through the answers here. Since I got all the answer sheets in, you can't go back and change them. But yes, all my homies hate Mr. Good Guy. Mr. Good Guy 1, I think that's what it is. But yeah, he sucks. All right, what Star Wars movie doesn't feature C-3PO? That would be Solo. It was the first movie he wasn't in, but Anthony Daniels played a Wookiee in the movie. So actor was in it, but not C-3PO. What color lightsaber does Qui-Gon Jinn have? That is green. Thanks, Fish Sticks. Thanks for the shout out for the surgery. I hope it goes well too. I had one of my pre-op appointments on Monday, and the surgeon was like, "Do you want to go over all the bad stuff that could happen to you?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. I know that I could die, or I guess that's the worst case scenario." So I was like, yeah, let's just get on with it. Much like that, let's get on with this. What's Chewbacca's dad's name? His dad's name is Itchy. It is not Bob. I do like Chewpapa. Chewpapa's a good one. I appreciate that answer. But yeah, Itchy. Itchy is the name. Okay, on to the next one. Kylo Ren's real name, it's Ben Solo. Ben Solo. I think everybody got that. Looks like it. Yes, Ben Solo. Okay, how old is Yoda in Return of the Jedi when he dies? He's 900 years old. Yeah, there's a line in the movie where he says, when you make it to 900 years old, something along the lines of, I hope you look like me, or whatever. What do Luke's aunt and uncle do for work? They are moisture farmers. Moisture farmers. Water farming, I'll take it. Farming, I'll take it. You don't necessarily have to say what you farm. You could say you're a farmer and just do potatoes. I don't think you have to say, I'm a potato farmer. What color milk does Luke drink in The Last Jedi? He grabs that teat and he slurps on green milk. That is a Ryan Johnson's way of saying, fuck everything you know about Star Wars. Luke doesn't drink blue milk anymore. He drinks green milk. Last, finish the quote. Blank, I am your father. Fish sticks, I'm sorry. It is not, no, Luke, I am your father. It is, no, I am your father. That is something that people always mix up. He does not say, Luke, I am your father. And it looks like everybody got it. So we're good with that. Okay. Motherfucker is old as hell. Well, he was until he curled up in a ball and died. Okay, round 2. This is going to be Marvel. And this is essentially the MCU. I didn't want to dive too deep into comic books because I don't think that those are as widely distributed as the MCU. But we'll get into this. During the play performances on Asgard, what actor portrays Loki? So when they're doing their little play, who plays Loki in that play? And again, do not put the answer in the chat. I love you, Fish Sticks 420. Here's one that I hope people don't hate me for. Bucky Barnes, what's up? Just in time for the MCU part of the trivia. Only one question so far, Bucky Barnes, if you want to play. What actor portrays Loki in the play performances on Asgard? So while they're reenacting all this stuff, all the lies that they're telling, who plays Loki? What is that actor's name? Bucky Barnes, the way that we're playing, write it all down on a piece of paper, and then you will text it to me here at the end of the round. And yeah. So we'll move on to question number 2. So this is a question I think people are going to hate me for. This is very much like the Office version of, does Stanley have a mustache? Which I think is the funniest thing after I've seen The Office 14 times all the way through. And every time that episode gets to it, I don't know if he has a mustache or not. But anyway, question number 2. Which eye does Nick Fury wear his eye patch on? Again, do not look it up. Don't look for pictures. And then again, whoever wins tonight gets a 30-minute have a drink with me personal session with Tommy and myself in the future. You pick the topics, and we will probably just bring our own drinks. We don't have to really pick drinks. All right, question number 3. What is Wolverine or Logan's real name? So I made sure that I put Logan in there because I didn't want people to say it's Logan. So what is Logan/Wolverine's real name? Bucky Barnes, what are you drinking tonight? Oh, that's fun. Just dropped a coaster. Oh, speaking of Star Wars trivia, back in 2004, 2005, when Star Wars Battlefront came out for Xbox, they had a pre-order where you got Star Wars coasters. And I think you got like 6 of them. And I have them all around my house. But if you've got a cup that's too big for it, it always sticks. Fascinating stuff, I know. All right, on to the next question. In Deadpool, what does Deadpool use to propose to Vanessa? What item does he give her? Bucky Barnes, Jack and Coke. Love it. I'm doing vodka seltzer water, lime, and yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. So the original Battlefront for Xbox was incredible. First two were so good, but also I really got into the new versions of it. It's pretty much all that I play on PlayStation. I'll hop on Fortnite as well. Fortnite's a lot of fun. I played with my 12-year-old nephew first time I played. All right, next question from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. This is question number 6. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Who is the main villain? You can have the single name or you can have the full name. But what is the villain's name from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1? Jack and Coke. I don't know if anyone drinks. I mean, everyone drinks energy drinks, right? There's Celsius has a new flavor that's cola, and it tastes like flat Coke essentially. And I want to have that with whiskey, like a Jack and Coke, but with the Coke energy drink. I just want to like really ruin my guts and my brain. Question number 7 for MCU Marvel. In what country does Tony build his first suit in Iron Man 1? In the cave. Where's this cave located? (216). You have to let me know what your name is. You texted your answers, but I just want to make sure that I know who I'm giving points to. Greg B, no cheating. Also, is that Greg B from home? Greg B could literally be anyone, and I'm just seeing if it's someone from my small town of 12,000 people. All right, question number 8. Again, do not put your answers in the chat. Number 8, in Low Key, the TV series, what does the TVA stand for? What does the acronym TVA stand for? Mason, I'll go through all the questions again. And spelling doesn't matter, just so everyone knows. So, so that is all questions. Greg B, it's okay. Do a shot, though. Okay, so that's the 8 questions for Marvel. I will go through them again. I'll go pretty quick. If you need me to, go slow, let me know. Which actor portrays Loki in the play performances on Asgard? So that's question number 1. Which actor plays Loki in the play performances on Asgard? Question number 2. Which eye does Nick Fury wear his eye patch on? And don't look up the answers, you goofs. Question number 3. What is Wolverine/Logan's real name? Not the actor. What is Logan/Wolverine's real name? In the movie Deadpool, what does Deadpool use to propose to Vanessa? What item does he choose to propose with? Also, feel free to tip. It's the one time I'll say it. I'll probably say it again at the end. Where were we? Oh, I guess I didn't ask question number 5. Oops. Okay, question number 5. In which MCU film does Black Widow first appear? So in the movies, which movie does Scarlett Johansson appear in first? Sorry that I forgot that first time around. I'm just so excited to be here. And I'm so excited you guys are all here. Okay, on to question number 6. Who's the main villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1? Oh yeah, hit that like button, ring that bell, subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. Just have fun. That's all I really care about. Question number 7. In what country does Tony build his first suit in Iron Man 1? So where's the cave located where he builds his first suit? What country? And question number 8. In low key, what does the TVA stand for? What does the acronym TVA stand for? Paintamenti. First one to send in those answers. If it makes anyone feel better, or Bucky, if it makes you feel better, Paintamenti got one wrong too. All right, we're going to give it another minute or two here. My sister-in-law bought me this a few years ago. As you guys can probably tell, I love Star Wars. Oh, let me play. Oh, I guess my baby's sleeping in the next room. But this is that dancing Jar Jar thing that Tommy got me for my birthday. And then Stormtrooper whiskey glasses. And then obviously a bunch of Star Wars books. Slave One. And then this whole wall is just Star Wars. And then I'm currently converting my office into a guest room so that my parents have somewhere to stay while they're here. And I have 3 large buckets that are filled with the 1990s Star Wars toys. I have about 20 left that I need, but yeah, I've been collecting those since 97. Let's see what we got here. We got Dengar. Look at that. But yeah, it's almost complete. All right, does anybody need any more time with the questions? Let me see, looks like we've got everybody here. Ooh, what a cute dog. Mason's got a cute dog, everybody. Graveyard, welcome. Okay, so if everybody's answered, I'm going to go through the answers here. So anyone submitting after this exact moment, you're fucked. Okay. So, question number 1, which actor portrays Loki in the play performances on Asgard? That is Matt Damon. Which eye does Nick Fury wear his eye patch on? That is his left eye. Question number 3, what is Wolverine / Logan's real name? That is James Howlett. James Howlett. What does Deadpool use to propose to Vanessa? He uses a ring pop, and the ring pop was in his butt. In which MCU film does Black Widow first appear? That is Iron Man 2. Graveyard. We could do this again at another time, but I'm happy to have you here. And it does kind of suck, Graveyard, because whoever wins gets a 30-minute personal Have a Drink With Me episode with Tommy and myself, and you get to pick the topic. Who's the main villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1? That is Ronan, or Ronan the Accuser. Question number 7. In what country does Tony build his first suit in Iron Man 1? That's Afghanistan. And last question, number 8. In Loki, what does the acronym TVA stand for? That is Time, Variance, Authority. I am going to move on to the next set, and then once we're done here, I'm going to go through here. But I do appreciate this answer. A desert. That is the country Peace Blaster said Iron Man built his first suit. A desert. LOL. Okay, so this is a fun one. I think that these answers, or these questions, are fairly easy. I also host a drinking show, so that would probably be why they're easy. But this next round is all about alcohol. So we've got another 8 questions here. I'll start. Question number 1. Besides Jägermeister, what is in a Jaeger bomb? Again, do not post in the chat. Write it on your piece of paper. What is in a Jaeger bomb besides Jaeger? All right, question number 2. What ingredient makes a martini a dirty martini? What item do you put in, or ingredient, do you put in a martini to make it a dirty martini? Question number 3. What kind of mug is a Moscow Mule typically served in? Question number 4. What alcohol is used in a Kentucky Mule? Graveyard. So the way that we're playing now is everyone has a piece of paper and a pen, and you go ahead and you just fill out 1 through 8 for each round. And then after the round, you text it to me here. And then once everyone's sent everything in, I'm going to go through and give the answers and then tally up all the points. Okay, moving on to the next question. What country does Crown Royal come from? Sorry, Bucky. Oh, wait, this should be good, Bucky, because this is some whiskey. Paintamenti, you should be fine with this too. All right, question number 6. What's the name for ordering a beer and a shot? Typically, it's a shot of whiskey, but I think bars will do a shot of really anything. But what do you call when you order a beer and a shot together? Not together combined, but separate glasses. Fish Sticks 420, that's a great quote. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. I agree. Paintamenti, you haven't tried scotch yet. And you said that you're playing it safe since tequila, but if you end up liking scotch and you kind of want to try tequila again, try mezcal. It's like a scotch version of tequila, very smoky. All right, question number 7. What juice is used in a screwdriver? What juice is used in a screwdriver? I like that everybody's chatting. I appreciate all the friendships that are being forged here today. All right, question number 8. How many ounces is a typical single shot? So when a bartender is pouring into the small jigger to give you a shot, how many ounces is that? But yeah, Paintamenti, mezcal is great. It's smoky tequila, but obviously you have to be cool about how much you have because tequila still is dangerous, and so is mezcal. Oh, also, I think our listeners tonight will really appreciate this. I have an episode from season 2 of the show where I have Andrew Burlinson. He's in a lot of stuff now, but I know him as Burley from Parks and Recreation. He came on, we talked about Batman, and we had mezcal, and he told me when he used to live downtown, they were filming the Batman movie with Heath Ledger on his street, and he accidentally walked into the set. Oh, Paintamenti, 99 brand. Oh boy, I have so many laying around my house. Just the little 99 bottles, and I just bought like a candy cane about this big. Yeah, a big yellow candy cane, and it's got 5 different flavors in that too. All right, I'm going to go through all the questions one more time, so everyone get your answers in. Besides Jägermeister, what is in a Jaeger bomb? That's question number 1. Besides Jägermeister, what is in a Jaeger bomb? Question number 2. What ingredient makes a martini a dirty martini? Question number 3. What kind of mug is a Moscow Mule typically served in? Question number 4. What alcohol is used in a Kentucky Mule? But also, I'm glad you guys all talked through another channel. I'm guessing it was New Rockstars or Palaxy. Would love to know. Would love to be invited sometime. Question number 5. What country does Crown Royal come from? Fish Sticks, do you know what brand of tequila you had that made you kiss the toilet bowl? What's the name for ordering a beer and a shot at a bar? What would you ask for, or what would they have written on a chalkboard saying, this kind of special beer and a shot? That is question number 6. Also, tequila is the only alcohol that's an upper. I think it's the only one. Everyone else is a downer. So when people say that tequila makes their clothes fall off, like, you don't typically hear people getting in fist fights because of tequila, because it's positive. And it's the healthiest of the liquors too. So if you're on a diet and you still want to drink, go for tequila. Okay, question number 7. What juice is used in a screwdriver? What juice is used in a screwdriver? And question number 8. How many ounces is a typical single shot? So when a bartender is pouring your drink or pouring the liquor into a jigger and then into a shot glass or into your glass to make a cocktail, how many ounces is a single shot? Peace Blaster, my neighbor bought us $25 shots of tequila the last time that we went out, and yeah, it was super smooth, but I can also do shots of like Sauza. Sauza's like, you can get the full bottle of Sauza for like $6. I'll do it. All right, so let's make sure everybody got their answers in. Looks like we are good. Just doing a little check here. Also, I'm texting you, whoever 219 is. Make sure. Oh wait, never mind. You already said who your name was. Forget me. Looks like we're waiting on maybe one more person. There it is. There's our champion. All right. So let's go through this. Question number 1. Besides Jägermeister, what is in a Jaeger bomb? That is Red Bull. I will also say, if anyone says an energy drink, maybe, but also a Monster Bomb is, or a Jaeger Monster. There's a different name for Jaeger and Monster. Question number 2. What ingredient makes a martini a dirty martini? That would be olives. Olives or olive juice. I would have accepted either. I think I said... Okay, so you guys originally met New Rock Stars. Break Room. Great. And yeah, it sounds like you guys all like this channel. That's good. Thanks, friends. What kind of mug is a Moscow Mule typically served in? That would be a copper mug. So you always see like the little copper mugs. I don't know why they're in it, and I'll look it up one day. But yeah, they're typically in a copper mug. All right, question number 4. What alcohol is used in a Kentucky Mule? I feel like this kind of was a toss-up between two alcohols, but it's bourbon. Bourbon is what's used in Kentucky Mule. And if you had whiskey, I'm sorry, whiskey and bourbon are different. What is Big Red Soda? Is that like... Is it like bubblegum? But also, Mason, Irish car bombs are great. I did an episode of Have a Drink With Me a few years back with the producer, and we did Irish car bombs every 10 minutes of the episode. And the producer got so sick that they threw up in a sock. No joke. Grabbed a sock, threw up in it, and then ran it outside and threw it in the courtyard. What country does Crown Royal come from? That would be Canada. Canada, it's a Canadian whiskey. Crown Royal comes in the little purple bag. Oh, Big Red Soda. It's based off this, or it's like the cinnamon gum. It's very interesting. I wouldn't think Jaeger and cinnamon would go well together. What's the name for ordering a beer and a shot? That would be a Boilermaker. So if you see deals for Boilermakers, go for it, because it's a beer and a shot, and they're typically like $8, $6. And while they do give you well whiskey, or well whatever you end up getting with it, it's still worth it. So the purple bag everyone used for D&D dice, I have a Crown Royal purple bag that has the rest of my collection of these small Star Wars toys. And a good buddy of mine, Dan Mitchell, my best friend through high school, works for Hasbro, and he sculpted a lot of the mini Star Wars toys, and he sent me a bunch, and they ended up in a purple Crown Royal bag. All right, what juice is used in a screwdriver? That'd be orange juice. Vodka orange juice, one of my favorite drinks. It's weird because like it tastes like vodka and orange juice, but you know you're like getting drunk. It's like when you do mimosas and people just put a little splash of orange juice, and all you taste is champagne. It's like that, but you can have a lot of vodka and a lot of orange juice, and you still will only taste the vodka. I love it. And then question number 8, how many ounces in a typical single shot? That would be 1.5. 1.5 ounces. All right. So we got all those in. All right, we're going to move on to round 4. This is going to be pop culture, but it's basically TV. Again, don't shout the answers, class, and don't look it up. But pop culture. So, question number 1. How many seasons of The Office don't have a single Steve Carell appearance in any of their episodes? So, as we all know, Steve Carell left The Office, but how many seasons did he not appear in a single episode? Bucky, I'm very excited to talk about pro wrestling. I don't know if you see here, but we got Hangman Adam Page hanging out. And season 3 of Have a Drink With Me, I interviewed Pretty Peter Avalon from AEW. And we talked about cartoons while drinking Palomas. Very fun. And my wife and I did WrestleMania this year. It was at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, Los Angeles. And then on the 18th, I just saw AEW Full Gear live, and that was fun. All right, question number 2. What's the name of Taylor Swift's tour that officially made her a billionaire? What's the name of Taylor Swift's tour that officially made her a billionaire? And I promise that'll be the last Taylor Swift question I ever do for trivia. All right, 2 of my favorite shows here, but what show is Frasier a spinoff of? So the show Frasier went 11 seasons or something like that, and it's back renewed for another season. But what is that a spinoff of? I'm hoping that these questions are good for everybody. I feel like staying with Star Wars, Marvel, TV is kind of the Tommy Bechtold crowd coming in. Maybe we'll do just Bill's trivia or something. Ooh, Bucky, we should chat sometime. I trained to be a pro wrestler, and so I know a lot of pro wrestlers through that. But I had to stop, and everyone knows I'm getting spine surgery. I had to stop pro wrestling because of my spine injury. All right. What was the first... This is question number 4. What was the first non-English language film to win Best Picture at the Oscars? What non-English language film won Best Picture at the Oscars? All right. Everyone should know this one. Question number 5. SpongeBob SquarePants is set in what fictional underwater city? Like I said at the beginning, I went through and I started adding like very very easy questions. And then I was like, well, it's not fun if you know every question, because the reason I love trivia is I get to learn stuff that I wouldn't know. So I wanted to add a bunch of, more difficult things. And I will say, out of everything, all the questions that I've asked, I only had to look up 2 of them. I wasn't sure if it was Afghanistan where Tony built his suit, and I didn't know which eye Nick Fury wore his eye patch on. All right, question number 6. Game of Thrones is based on what book series? So our boy George R.R. Martin wrote some books that got turned into Game of Thrones. What were those books called? Also, fun fact, Matt Damon was the answer to one of our questions on here. So I went to see a screening of the movie Downsizing, which is like really bad. And when I was leaving the Paramount lot, George R.R. Martin was getting into a car and someone was about to drive him away. So didn't meet him, but I saw him in the flesh, and he looks exactly like you would think. Suspenders, hat, little white hair, or little guy, white hair. All right, question number 7. Who narrates the show How I Met Your Mother? Who plays old Ted Mosby in How I Met Your Mother? Fish Sticks. I don't know if you ever read Marvel. I think it was the Ultimate series. So obviously, originally Nick Fury was white, and in the made-for-TV movie in the 90s, he was played by David Hasselhoff. But then there was Marvel Ultimate comics that came out where Nick Fury was black, and apparently they specifically created the character to look like Samuel L. Jackson. And I think they might have even gotten his permission to use his likeness in the comic books. So when he actually was casted, it all worked out. Bucky, good to see you. Sorry you have to peace out. Yeah, but Saturday Night Snick was incredible. Saturday morning cartoons were incredible. And the best cartoon growing up, Angry Beavers. All right, question number 8, and this is the last question for pop culture. Whitney Houston famously covered the song I Will Always Love You. Who sang the original? So this was a song that was used in the movie The Bodyguard with our boy Kevin Costner. And Whitney Houston did a cover of it. Who sang the original? All right, so I will go through all the trivia questions one more time. Ooh, Pink Dementi. So Rocko's Modern Life came back, I think Netflix, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And it might have been a movie, but it was very good. And it took all the charm from the original and added like so many meta jokes in it that it was brilliant. All right, question number 1 for pop culture, round 4. How many seasons of The Office don't have a single Steve Carell appearance in any of their episodes? Question number 2. What's the name of Taylor Swift's tour that officially made her a billionaire? Question number 3. What show is Frasier a spin-off of? And I will also give you another fun fact. There are 2 other shows that were spin-offs of this answer. Question number 4. What was the first non-English language film to win Best Picture at the Oscars? Yeah, Fish Sticks, Ryan Reynolds, very similar thing. I remember when Van Wilder came out, that's when I started reading Deadpool. I think it was Cable and Deadpool. And I thought, wow, it's Ryan Reynolds for sure. I'm glad that it worked out. I'm glad Wolverine Origins was forgotten. Anyway, question number 5. SpongeBob SquarePants is set in what fictional underwater city? Question number 6. Game of Thrones is based on what book series? Paintamenti, one of the animators for what show was the teacher for your class? Was that Rocco or Static Shock? And while we're talking about animators from shows and whatever, and we were talking about Deadpool season 1, or Deadpool 1, movie 1, the ending credits were done by Justin Harder, incredible artist. I think he either did Ragnarok or Love and Thunder. But I'll share a picture. You can't see it, but it's up here on one of the shelves. But he drew Deadpool with an erection and a glass of whiskey, and it says, "Have a drink with this." Season 1 of Have a Drink with Me, he was a guest, and we talked about comic books, and we talked about his art. Justin Harder. I'm basically just plugging all the old seasons of Have a Drink with Me because I want you guys to listen. But also hit me up if you guys want to know my favorite episodes from those seasons. Let me see. Question number 7. Who narrates the show How I Met Your Mother? That is old Ted Mosby. Who narrates the show How I Met Your Mother? Okay, and last question here. Question number 8. Whitney Houston famously covered the song I Will Always Love You. Who sang the original? I think we're missing a couple sheets. I think we got Peace Blaster. We got Paintamenti. I think we're waiting on Mason. Is Mason still here? I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, there he is. Never mind. Mason, I am waiting on your answers, correct? All right, just waiting on this last set of answers to come through, and then I'll go through, read all the answers, and then I will get to my bonus question that can be worth 2 points. All right, there we go. Team Mason. All right, so we are good. Looks like all the answers are in. All right, pop culture, round 4. Question number 1. How many seasons of The Office don't have a single Steve Carell appearance in any of their episodes? The answer to that is 1. He showed up in the last episode of the final season, so only one season didn't have a single Steve Carell appearance. Everyone who has been watching the show knows how Tommy and I met. We met Christmas caroling. Well, the last time I went Christmas caroling, I actually found Steve Carell's address because we were in the area, and my wife and I did a shot out front of it. Or no, we split a bottle of wine while walking out front of his house. Not like creeping or looking in the windows, but walking by and being like, oh, cool, we just drank some wine in front of Steve Carell's house. It's not as bad as it sounds. Number 2, what's the name of Taylor Swift's tour that officially made her a billionaire? That is the Eras Tour. So she was very close to being a billionaire before, but then I think she made $100 million off of this tour, which is insane. And that officially made her a billionaire. Question number 3, what show is Frasier a spin-off of? That would be Cheers. So not only was Frasier a spin-off of Cheers, but also the show Wings was a spin-off of Cheers. And the Tortellis, so Rhea Perlman's character and her husband, they did one season, but it didn't get picked up. Great show. Cheers is incredible. Everyone go watch it right now. Well, let me finish this thing. Go watch it. What was the first non-English language film to win Best Picture at the Oscars? That was Parasite. So that movie just happened, 4 years ago? And won Best Picture. First non-English language film. Pretty great. Everyone knows the answer to this one. SpongeBob SquarePants is set in what fictional underwater city? It's Bikini Bottom. Bikini Bottom. Number 6, Game of Thrones is based on what book series? That would be A Song of Ice and Fire. Song of Ice and Fire. Question number 7, who narrates the show How I Met Your Mother? That is the late Bob Saget. Question number 8. Whitney Houston famously covered I Will Always Love You. Who sang the original? That was Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton. And Dolly Parton's version, in my opinion, is much better. All right. So, the final round. I know all you cutie pies show up. You guys are here each week, and you guys are on all of our social medias, and you're commenting on the YouTube videos. You're comment, liking, and subscribing. And you're hitting me up, Twitter messages and everything. But let's see how much you guys actually know about this show, because round 5 is one question, and it is a bonus question. I will double the points for this. So, in the first episode of Have a Drink With Me with Tommy, Sex on the Beach and Birthdays, Tommy and I showed 2 shot bottles. 2 of the little toddler-sized bottles. These were called our kill shots. One is one that Tommy will never drink again. And one liquor is something I will not drink again. If we hit a certain donation goal or tip goal, Tommy and I were going to do those shots. And that will stand. What were those 2 liquors? I'll give you 2 points for one of the answers, and I'll give you 4 points for both of the answers. But what are the 2 liquors Tommy and I talked about on the birthday Sex on the Beach episode, where we said we don't want to do these shots ever again? So, I had to make sure that you guys do watch the show. So, anyone who remembers that first episode or has gone back and watched the first episode, you will be rewarded with some extra points. I'm going to give everybody a little bit more time. I'm going to start adding up. Also, oh, you know what? I'm going to start adding up all this stuff. So let's all get chatting in the chat here while I add these up. Okay, so I've got one added up so far. Got some more people sending stuff in. Going with Peace Blaster now. Let's get those answers in so I can remind everybody. This is fun. I hope that we get to do. I hope we get to do this trivia again. Also, I really want to do Photoshop Thursday again. That was great. All right, I think we're just waiting on Paintamenti. Paintamenti, once you've got yours in, I can give the full rundown of points. Once I have your answers, Paintamenti, we're good, and I'll know who the winner is. So, just so you know, Paintamenti, if you get these right, you win. You can guess randomly, or you could have watched the first episode of Have a Drink with Me with Tommy this season. But Tommy and I had toddler bottles, and I had one, Tommy had one. So if you want to guess randomly, go for it. I appreciate everybody for doing this. I was telling Tommy what I love about this season of Have a Drink with Me and what we've been doing with the YouTube channel is everyone just kind of embraces like the chaotic element of the show where it's like, we're going to show up and drink. We don't know exactly what we're going to do. And obviously we have a format for the episodes that we do. So the Sex on the Beach was episode 1 of the season. Tommy's going to be back in New York. We'll hop on. We'll do episode 2 next week where we're going to talk about the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, I would assume, as if that's a holiday. And then Tommy's going to come up with our drink. So we'll share drinking stories. We'll beg for tips again. To make sure, I can't even point, there we go. We'll beg for tips again. And try Malort. I have had Malort. And I'm pretty sure. I'm looking it up right now. Malort. Oh, I've not had Malort. It looks disgusting, but I'm down. But yeah, I would love for you guys all to comment on topics you guys want us to do for the show, which is supposed to be the first Thursday of every month. Tommy had to move, so obviously that's why we're not doing it this week and next week instead. Also, topics. We want to know what you guys want us to talk about. Paintamenti, you gave one answer. Give me one more answer. There's Malort. There's some liquor that bartenders love to do. It's so disgusting, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's not framboise. That's like a sweet wine, but this one tastes kind of like Jaeger. It's very disgusting. But for some reason bartenders love to do it. I don't know if it gives you a good buzz or what. But yeah. Ooh. If anyone wants to ever send me alcohol or send me anything ever, I will gladly take it. All right, well, Paintamenti, you answered one of them, but it didn't work. And then for Mason, we're still waiting on Mason as well. But you got to guess. Mason, the Truth or Drink episode was my favorite so far as well. Somebody commented, I can't remember who commented, but someone was like, Dylan, it was very uncomfortable for you to tell Tommy he wasn't prepared because he looked really upset. And I was like, that sucks. It sucks that I made him uncomfortable, but Tommy hung out and we watched football after. Couldn't tell you who was playing, but yeah, everything with that is totally fine. All right, well, Mason has not answered the final question, but Mason won. Mason won with 20 points. And actually nobody got the final let me see. Graveyard got 2 points for Southern Comfort. So Tommy's drinking story in the first episode was that he drank Southern Comfort and he threw up all over the place and his friend's mom had to clean it all up, and it was Southern Comfort, and it was the last time he had Southern Comfort. So Tommy's little bottle of Southern Comfort is sitting just over here on my desk, waiting for the next time he can drink it. And mine was Goldschlager. When I moved to Los Angeles in 2011, I met bartenders and I ended up living with them. They had a loft, and they would always take me out to the bars that all their friends worked at. So drink for free, whatever. And it would be like, we have beers or whiskey, whatever. And then someone was like, you should do a shot of Goldschlager. And I said, okay, sure. And I did the shot, and then I immediately went to the bathroom and I threw up. And then I was like, oh, maybe I just had too much before, and mixing everything wasn't good. So like a week later or 2 weeks later, I tried it again as like my first drink, and I threw that up as well. So the way that Tommy and I are playing with these kill shots is, if I know it's going to take a bit for us to get tips going, but once we hit $100 total for tips in an episode, Tommy and I will do those shots on our live stream for everyone to see. But yeah, congrats, Mason. I actually hopped on a call with Mason a few weeks ago. We talked about graphic design for like 20 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what topic you want to do with Tommy and me. And obviously, I have your phone number now, obviously. Everybody was texting me. So we'll get that all scheduled. And yeah, I appreciate everybody for joining in here. Follow us on social media at HADWM. Shop.haveadrinkwithme.com. Paintamenti, your shirt was shipped out yesterday or the day before, so you will have that very soon. Peace Blaster, you have your shirt. Mason, you have your shirt. Make sure you guys post those on social media and force people to go to our store. And yeah, just hit us up on social media. Thank you guys for joining me tonight and doing this. This was a lot of fun, and it's my first time hosting trivia, so super cool. I do want to do wrestling for a round, so everyone get ready for a wrestling round. And I'll finish this up, but cheers, everybody.